Welcome into this month's edition of Savvy Sounds. We're here with Jody Franklin from the city of Bessemer City, and he's going to be talking to us a little bit about the summer concerts that they have going on this summer. And man, looking at the lineup, you guys are packing a ton in this year.
Absolutely. We kick off our first concert cruise in on April the 27th. We'll have the band The Entertainers in, which is a very popular band in the area. And we're excited to get the spring kicked off.
And you guys have been doing the Down Ho Festival, which is May 10th and 11th?
Yes, it's May 10th and 11th. We actually will have a family night this year on May the 9th, which will be the rides will be open and just a select few vendors there. And then May the 10th and 11th will be the full-fledged festival with entertainment activities and full slate of both craft vendors, food vendors, and all that you would expect at a festival.
And that's been going for, a couple decades now, right?
Yes, this is the 36th annual, so it's probably one of the longest running festivals in the county. So 36 years.
What's special about the Down Home Festival, and what do people really like to come out and enjoy as part of that?
Well, especially since COVID, a lot of people stop taking vacations and things, and a lot of the kids in our area don't get a chance to experience anything like that. So that's one of the things that we take pride in is creating memories for families and just have a good family atmosphere to come out and offer things for just a numerous wide variety of ages and those sort of things. So.
When you talked about the first concert, the April 27th concert with the Entertainers, you mentioned that that's a cruise-in event, and you've got a couple of those throughout the summer, right? We
do. We typically do the fourth Saturday, April through September. There is a couple variations of that, or deviations from that, I should say. Our May the 25th will be a cruise-in. In June, we will have the Juneteenth Festival, which is on a Friday night, June the 14th. We'll have a band for that. That will not be a car show. And then our June the 28th will be our Independence Day celebration with a band, and we'll have extra vendors and things. It'll be more of a festival type as well, so there'll be no cars for either June or July. But come back in August, we'll have in July, the fourth Saturday in July, we will have a concert cruise in, and then in August a concert cruise in, and that will wrap up the cruise in portion. And then, as you mentioned, we have our barbecue festival in September.
And is this the third year you guys are doing the barbecue festival?
This will be the third year. We've always had a concert in September. However, a couple years ago we decided to make it a barbecue competition. We do what's called the Brewing Queue. We have some of the local breweries come out and sell craft beers. And then we do add vendors, craft vendors. Also, we have a barbecue competition and, have several food trucks as well for that festival.
I mean, beer and barbecue, it's kind of hard to beat that.
Yeah, and we typically try to, for that one, we try to steer away from the beach style bands.
Sure.
Try to bring in something that more, I guess, a younger crowd. Mm-hmm. Those that are now going to the microbreweries and things like that, we try to bring in a band that would appeal to them. And this year we have a Fleetwood Mac tribute band called Landslide for that one. So nice. They're supposed to be really, really popular with that age, and they sell out a lot of shows. So it's we're excited about having them. Be the first time they'll be at Bessemer City. So,
how do you go about kind of picking the different bands? Because I know some of the bands that you see on here are probably fan favorites, ones that played some of the different concert series in Bessemer and places around Gaston County before.
Yeah, we I attend several different other towns. I support them by going out and hearing their bands and, just taking part in what they have going on. I get to see other bands that I may not have seen. We also have people come up and request bands that they haven't seen in Bessemer City, so we give that consideration. bands that are very popular that bring a good crowd with them. We typically try to bring the most popular ones back if we can fit it into our schedule or fit it into their schedule. And then we try to bring in at least 2 or 3 bands a year that maybe have not played for us, and try to, this year we're doing a little bit more variety. That's, we're trying to spread our wings a little bit more and hopefully appeal to more people than what just comes out. So.
And I know this isn't specific to summer concerts, but we were talking about this before we started recording. You guys are bringing in the Dixie League. Is it the World Series?
It's the North Carolina State Dixie softball, girls softball, ages 4 through 18. Wow. So we'll have numerous. We'll have over 50 teams that'll be coming into our area. Spending money in our restaurants, staying in our hotels, and playing in our new Stinger Park. We are very excited for that. The North Carolina Dixie baseball, we had the state tournament last year for a younger age group, but it only had like 12 teams in it. But this year, like I said, there's going to be over 50 teams in the area coming in. So we're very excited and looking forward to having that event in Bessemer City and Gaston County as well.
So between that and the Down Home Festival and the Brew and Q Festival and then all these summer concerts, I mean, Bessemer City, it's going to be hopping place.
We stay busy out there. We like to create memories for everyone, and we try to do, those ones mentioned are our main events that are going on, but we have other programs and activities going on throughout the year. We host or put on about 60 events, activities, and programs throughout the year.
Wow.
So
you guys, you're not messing around. You're staying busy all year round.
I have an excellent staff, the Parks and Recreation staff at the Bessemer City Parks and Recreation. Everyone knows their role. Everyone stays busy doing what they're doing. We took on the responsibility of not just Stinger Park, but we also took on the responsibility of keeping all the common areas in the town both landscaped and grass cutting, and so we have a good crew, and it makes my job easy, and we like to showcase Bessemer City as much as we can.
Absolutely. So for the different summer concerts, for the typical concerts, 6 p.m. Centennial Park, kind of in the downtown Bessemer City area?
Yes. We always say 6 o'clock, 6 to 9:30. The band typically goes on stage at 6:30. Okay. The reason we advertise 6 o'clock is especially for our cruise-ins. We want to get those cars into the footprint and get them parked and before the band starts up. So sure. We promote 6 o'clock to get people there so that at 6:30 the band can take the stage and we can get things rolling.
Perfect. And we'll put up all the information about the different dates and the events here on screen as well. But if people want more information and up-to-date information in case there's rainouts or anything like that, where should they go to check out more information?
Well, you can always go to check out our events at BessemerCity.com. But for quick rainouts and things like that, if you would visit our Facebook social media page, Bessemer City Parks and Recreation, or City of Bessemer City, we do post on it daily. So any immediate change will take place. That's the best place to get the information.
Perfect. Jody, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Best of luck as you guys kind of go through the summer series, and look forward to hearing all the great music you guys have in store.
I can't wait and hope to see you there. And thank you for having us in.
Absolutely. Thank you. Welcome back to our Savvy Sounds Summer Concert Series episode, which we've got Chloe Clary here from Mount Holly. She's going to be telling us a little bit about Mount Holly summer nights. And I always go to Greece. I start thinking of hot summer nights. But you guys have a wide variety of music kind of on tap for the summer, right?
We do. We have lots of fan favorites that have joined us in the past, and then we also try to throw some new bands in there. So we get all kinds of stuff. We've got a great variety band to kick us off for the summer, and then we'll end with On the Border, which is our favorite Eagles tribute band. So we're really looking forward to both of those and everything in between.
So May 10th is when you guys kick things off, and that is the Uptown Party Band?
Yes, we'll have the Uptown Party Band. It's their first time with us, so we're really looking forward to something new and fresh to start off the season.
Awesome. So how do you guys kind of handle the entirety of Friday Night Concert Series? What does parking look like? When do people need to get there? Do they need to bring blankets, lawn chairs? How does that all work?
Yeah, so our opening acts usually will start around 6 o'clock, and so people will arrive anywhere from 5 to 7 and anywhere in between. So you definitely should bring a chair if you want to come and sit up by the stage. But parking is pretty typical as to what you would expect when you come downtown to Mount Holly. So you can park behind the old municipal building, you can park behind Trouse, you can park at the churches nearby. Anywhere that you usually park when you come visit Mount Holly is open. You might just have to use those sneaky back entrances.
Gotcha. And you mentioned opening acts. So each one of these bands that you guys have listed is going to have an opening act ahead of it?
Yes, and we're super excited about the way that we handle our opening acts. We've been receiving applications right now, and so we sit down and we watch them and we go voice mode and we turn around and we pick out our favorites and then we piece them into our schedule. So this is a great opportunity for young local talent to get a chance to perform in front of a pretty big audience usually for them. So it's fun to see them come out of their shell. So we're expecting to have some that have been with us before and again have some new ones. So it's always super fun to see how they've grown in the year since we've seen them last.
Do you get in a conference room and literally turn around and then turn your chair if you're excited about them?
Yes, I got to go through and watch through them, which we have probably triple the amount of applications right now as to what we can take. So we have a lot to choose from, which is super exciting. So I kind of try to shortlist them and then we go and we just try to see who might excite us the most and have a pretty good sound.
Is it mostly, when you're talking about those opening acts, is it mostly bands or solo acts from Gaston County, or is it kind of all over the region?
Yes, we try to get people from Gaston County, but we definitely would go for the greater Gaston area. So we have a lot of hometown favorites, if you will, that come out for this.
Nice. So is this, correct me if I'm wrong, is this the first year that you're kind of in charge of putting the summer concert series together?
Yes. So I joined the city in September. So I kind of rounded out and I saw the last two concerts. So this has been my first time organizing it all and putting it together. So I'm super excited to see how it turned out, see how it stacks up compared to the rest. So.
What do you know of past years in terms of turnout? Are there any of the bands that you've booked that are really big in terms of the crowd size that they bring out?
Yes. So On the Border is definitely our biggest concert of the season. We predict that we have anywhere from 7,000 to 8,000 people that come out that night.
Wow.
So that's a very big night. On any other night, you can expect to have between 4 and 7, which is still pretty good turnout, but they definitely are the crowd favorite. We also are having 20 Ride back again this year, and it was their first time with us last year. They had a pretty good crowd, and we had amazing feedback off of them. So I imagine that they'll bring even more this year now that they've kind of gotten their name out in our community.
Yeah, I haven't heard him in person, but I've heard a lot of good things about him. And it's like, if you can do Zach Brown Band justice, like, I feel like there's going to be a good audience for that.
Yeah, and they definitely did a lot of Zach Brown, but they were a really great variety as well. We had some people that were like, oh, do we want to go that country? And they brought it. They gave us a little bit of everything. And so it was wonderful for everyone to get to enjoy.
How do you handle because it is North Carolina and it rains about every other day? How do you handle, do you have rainouts? Do you have to reschedule concerts from time to time?
We really just cross our fingers and hope for the best. Events like this are really hard to kind of reschedule. So we try to keep trucking if we can. If it's just going to be light rain, we'll try to see it out just because of dealing with all the road closures and everything. You have to have a good bit of notice. So cross your fingers with us that we have sunny Fridays this summer.
Absolutely. Want to imagine like just putting on a concert like this. I mean, with a municipality the size of Mount Holly and the staff that you guys have, it's probably a lot of work on kind of a small group of people, right?
It is, yes. I am very lucky to have an amazing event staff and a very dedicated crew that shows up for me anytime I need them, and they have been with the city much longer than I have, considering I've just started last year. So they know everything about how it all operates, and I'm lucky to have them. But yeah, it is a lot. There's only a couple of us that are out there and putting that stuff on. But then also with rescheduling, you kind of have to work with your bands and work around their schedules,
Sure.
and that's their busy time of the year. And we also kind of work around other municipalities in the area. We don't want to book the same band too close to anyone else so we all can have a great turnout.
Yep.
So it really just gets sticky when you have to try to move them. So like I said, cross your
Fingers
fingers
crossed
with
for good
this.
weather. Absolutely. It can rain early in the day as long as it's just you get into the
Yes.
evening and it's nice
Morning
outside.
shower,
Yep.
sun by noon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So what do people need to know in terms of checking on the schedule? Where should they go for more information?
The best place to go for more information is going to be the City of Mount Holly's Facebook page, or you can check out our website at mtholly.us. There's a special events button right on our homepage that will take you to see everything you need to know. We try to post what food trucks are going to be joining us every Friday morning so you can get an idea of what you might like to eat when you come out. And we'll also post information about what times the road close and whatnot. So definitely check with our Facebook for the most up-to-date information. But our website's a great place to overview what the whole summer is going to look like.
Good deal. So one of the things that you guys have, in addition to the Friday nights, is you've got a special kind of 4th of July, a little bit in advance of Independence Day, right?
Yes, so we like to start off the festivities, and we're going to be having our fireworks celebration on Thursday, June 27th. It operates very similar to a Mount Holly Nights. We'll start around 6 o'clock. We'll have a wonderful DJ hanging out with us, and then another fan favorite, Coming Up Brass, will be performing for us that night. And then we end the night with the fireworks show, usually around 9:15, so we're really looking forward to that. But like I said, everything kind of operates a little typical. We put our stage in a different spot so we can see the fireworks the best we can. But definitely make plans to join us on June 27th to really start the 4th of July season. With the 4th in the middle of the week this year, we kind of get 2 weekends in a week and a half. So stretch it out and come with us first.
Yeah, I mean, just try to celebrate as long as possible.
Yes, we'll really extend it. Why not?
So we're keeping our fingers crossed for the Friday nights, but we're really keeping our fingers crossed for that Thursday night.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to have those fireworks go off without a hitch.
Yes, we definitely do.
Awesome. Chloe Clary with the City of Mount Holly. Thanks so much for joining us. Good luck, and we will keep those fingers crossed for great weather on Friday nights throughout the summer for you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're continuing our summer concert series. We're talking today with Mary Beth Tackett. She is with the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce, and you guys work closely with the city and kind of putting on the different events that go on in Cherryville each year, right?
Right. We're primarily in charge of the 4 quarterly larger events that go on in the city.
And you guys have some really fun and unique events throughout the year. So like during the Christmas season, like Cherryville turns into Whoville, basically, right?
Right, yeah. And that festival is like getting bigger and bigger every year. We're trying to add new stuff every year just to keep the crowd busy. But that festival is kind of exploding into its own little entity.
So coming up this summer, and it's really even before the summer starts because it's really the spring, you guys have your annual Cherry Blossom Festival, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's a multi-day event, correct?
Right. It's Friday and Saturday. So Friday, it's 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then the next day, being Saturday, is our vendor day, and that goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And you guys have is there a band playing for one of those days or both those days?
So Friday night, the 19th, is Dirty Grass Soul.
Okay.
Huge band out of Shelby, huge following. We're excited to have them back. They played for us last year, but on Saturday.
Okay.
And it was funny because it poured down rain maybe an hour before they went on, and it was like people popped up out of the sidewalk still to see them. So we're excited to have them back and them kind of be our headliner for entertainment this year.
Nice. And then outside of the Cherry Blossom Festival, you guys also do something for 4th of July as well, right?
Right. That's our Independence Day celebration. This year it's on July 3rd. That band is Swinging Medallions, which is a huge beach band. Our mayor was actually like really, really excited to get them this year. So we made sure that we made that happen for him. He usually doesn't make many requests. So when he does, we're like, okay.
Yep.
But a lot of people are excited about them. I've never got to see them. We've never had them. So they're new to our events this year.
Anything else about kind of the summer different festivals or the concerts that are going on that you wanted to mention that I didn't ask about?
Sure. So I'll go into more about Cherry Blossom real quick
Sure.
since that's our next one coming up. The 19th is food vendors. I have probably 15 food vendors this year. It's a larger event. So we'll have all those food vendors that night. We'll have the pageant going on that night. And then we'll, of course, have Dirty Grass Soul on stage. And then the next day, I actually have over 100 arts, craft, independent sales, gift vendors from one side of our main street to the other. Huge event. It's a huge jigsaw puzzle. I'm working on it right now. But it's great. Like, we have a lot of really good vendors, really eclectic stuff. So it's a really cool thing to come check out. Along with that, on Saturday, we have like our local dance studio on stage. I'm in having the works for our high school band to possibly come play that day. And then along with the YMCA does a bubble run, and they do a 5K that day, which is different because usually in the past they've done it on Friday. So this year it's on Saturday. So it's a fun day. It's just a big community day. So we're excited about that. And then 4th of July, we moved a few years ago when Cherryville was going through the streetscape process.
Okay.
We moved our Independence Day celebration to Rudisill Stadium, which is our high school stadium.
Okay.
So this will be the 3rd year we've actually had it there. People love it there. Our council loves it there. Our police department loves it there because it's safer.
Yep.
So we'll be there again. So we set up the stage on the football field, and you can see the fireworks from the Methodist Church, which is across the street. It's just it's a good time. You can let your kids kind of run,
Nice.
in a safer area. So
For sure.
yeah, we like that. We have Juneteenth on June 8th. We do a Juneteenth. It's a smaller event, but we do that in our mini park as well. And that has different entertainment throughout the day from local churches, different civic groups. And then we go into our Halloween season, which is Scaryville, which will be October 18th.
And so it's like you're already looking ahead to, 2-3 events down the road as you're like working heavily on one of them, right?
Yeah, so like in the past 2 years, Cherryville's like exploded event-wise. We have 4 basically once a quarter events that are just become monsters now. I'm lucky
But
that
in a good way.
Yes, in a great way. And I'm blessed with an awesome event team that helps me, all volunteers, countless hours. So we're really blessed that it's growing the way it is, but looking for definitely different attractions and stuff to help move the crowds when they come.
Definitely. Well, very good. Well, Mary Beth Tackett with the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce, and we want to thank you so much for stopping by, talking with us, and wish you guys the best of luck for the events coming up. Keep fingers crossed for good weather, obviously.
Yes, I did not have a good year last year, so all prayers and good vibes accepted on weather.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's a common theme. We're fine with rain early in the day, but once it starts for festival time, we'd really like it to clear up.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
All righty. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.